What to do when a man plays with you. To know what to do in these cases, follow the following tips and recommendations step by step. 1. Adopt a healthy distance. To achieve a point of view as objective and neutral as possible about what is happening, you must focus on the facts as you know they have happened, and from them draw conclusions. You should avoid adopting affirmations such as, "he does not like me," or "he plays with me," as a starting point, given that these are ideas that in any case, we will conclude once we have considered everything that has happened, but not before. Therefore, it is good that you create listings and schemes that describe the situation. When you see an affirmation in which there is implicit a very subjective interpretation of the facts, eliminate it and substitute it for another one. 2. Make a decision. Once you have achieved a more or less objective description of what is happening, stop to think if the degree to which that person has played with your feelings deserves to stop seeing him, or let him know what you feel and leave a reasonable time for both to correct his attitude. In case you decide to break forever the friendship or partner relationship that you had, or that after a while has not changed significantly for the better, move on to the next tip. 3. Do not obsess about what he may think. In situations where we decided to cut off the relationship we had with someone, we usually find ourselves with a dilemma that poses two options: giving priority to one's own feelings or giving priority to the other's feelings. In this case, it is very important to focus on what one feels, and thus detach from the responsibility of making the other person feel in a certain way. If instead, you give in to the desire to make the other person perceive you as you want him to do, you will be feeding a dynamic that you continue depending on the other. In other words, if you do that, you actually give room to them keep playing with your emotions. 4. Avoid blaming yourself. In these cases, it is easy to fall into the mistake of blaming yourself for not having made the relationship work. However, this is only a consequence of the fact that he has played with you and has generated a dynamic of dependence in which one party gives a lot and the other gives almost nothing. The fact of having analyzed the facts in the most objective way possible will protect you against these negative thoughts. Learn how to get a man to love you. Tap below to download this free ebook.